guys, today I'm going to be showing you the school books that I am doing right now. I got a ton of positive views and comments on my other one you remember I did last year, all my school books. If y'all remember, I was doing the Good and the Beautiful English, Master Books Science, I was doing the Master Books History, and the teaching textbooks math, and we'll get into all that. That was what I was doing last year, so if y'all want to see that, y'all have to scroll back or type it in on my channel, because I haven't exactly mastered the technique on how to put links in the description of a video on a phone, so because I edit all my videos on a phone, so I can't figure out how to do that, so y'all just have to scroll back down and just look for my school books. It's not too far down there, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to do my favorite subjects to my least favorite subjects. And I know the very last one will be math. Okay, so I guess I can't really say if this is my favorite, but I'm really loving it so far. And it kind of ties in with science. So I guess we'll start with English first. I got this a few days ago, and I am already on chapter 6, maybe? 7, I'm not sure. There are 19 lessons in the whole little booklet, study book, book study. I am going on to lesson 6. I'm going to be here in lesson 6 here in just a few days. Well, I'll actually probably do lesson 6 today because I'm so excited about it and it's really awesome. Let's see, today I got to draw today's Sunday, and I'm doing school on Saturday and Sunday. We just received this book Friday, and because I wanted to wait to do this video until we got all the other school books. That's what I'm doing right now. I am doing 8th grade, and I'm doing grade 7 math, but I'm going to explain all that here in a minute. So I got to draw a map of Canada today, which was really fun, because I'm reading about this. I'll explain it all to y'all. It's awesome. So I am reading the book Wild Like the Foxes, and it's absolutely awesome. And later this year, when the New Year's, I saw someone do a video about how many books they read all that year, because they were a huge book reader, and I thought that was a really good idea. So I might do a video like this at the end of the year talking about all the books I read in 2022. So I'm probably gonna add this in there because it's really good so far. It's about these Indian family that it was a father, a mother, and 2 children, and they were on an island, or they were in Canada, and then their boat ran away from them. Their boat swifted away from them. I guess that's the term. The swifted away from them, went away from them. It was like a wind, and it rode away from them, a storm. And the mother and the father went to get the storm and left the 2 kids on the island, or not an island, but the place themselves. And the father came back, and the mother died on the trip trying to get the boat. She drowned. And so he came back without a mother, and they were all so devastated. And they lost the boat. They didn't have any winter food. The father had to swim back because they lost a boat. They don't know where it went. And it had their winter food, their guns, their food. I already said food. Clothes, all kinds of stuff. Their guns. And it had everything in there. Their whole life in that boat. It had everything they needed to survive. So they had to walk really far and find help. And the father walked really far, found some help, and they got another boat, and they were able to go back home to their other property. So that's as far as I got. It's not exactly what's happening, but it's as good as I can describe it. So y'all just have to read the book yourselves. This is by The Good and the Beautiful, by the way. So you can go and just buy just the book. You can buy just the book, or you can buy both of them like I did, or we did. So you can buy just a book if y'all want to read this, because I do recommend it because it's really interesting. Let's see. At the age of 10, a child lost her mother and grew up with only the influence of her father and older brother. She became an excellent hunter, fisher, and trapper. Many worried she would never learn the finer points of being womanlike. However, this did not bother her at all, follow this exciting true story of a daughter surrounded by the love of her family who experienced many adventures both in the wild and in society. So I do recommend this book. It's pretty good so far. So I've only been doing it for 2 days, but I'm really liking the work in here, and it's really easy. And that's not why I'm liking it. It's really fun work and everything. But so that's what I'm doing in English. Now, they have one, let me see. They show in the back of the book. They have like different books. My brother did this. My brother did this one, Abraham Lincoln, so I might do that one. And I'll also do this probably. It's The Touch of Magic and the Story of My Life book study. And that's Abraham Lincoln. And I am doing Wild Like the Foxes. So that's a more close-up view of it. And that's what I'm doing right now, and it's been really fun. And now I'll go to science. One of my, well, I think I'm going to do history first. I'm going to have to do history first because science is one of the more, not my favorite subjects, surprisingly. I remember in my Q&A, I said my science is my favorite subject. I said that because a long time it has been. But I'll also explain that in a minute. I got a lot of explaining to do. Okay, so I'm doing the World Story 1, the Ancients, Creation to the Roman Empire. And it's been pretty good so far. I really like it. It's one of my favorites. It's a Christian-based one, as y'all could probably tell from there. It talks about the Tower of Babel, the Egyptians. It talks about archaeology. It talks about all kinds of stuff. So it has some really nice pictures in it. And you read. Okay, so I'm on chapter. Let's see. Tomorrow's Monday. So I'm going to be reading. Okay, I'm going to be reading this. I am on chapter 8, The Journey into Slavery. That's what I'm reading tomorrow. And here's what you do when you're starting like this. You read this, all this, and then you turn the page. Wow, I got a lot tomorrow. And you read all this, and then you stop where it says narration break. Or that's what we do. And I think it's designed like that. And it says to read one day and to do the work the next day, but I do them both. I've always done it like that. I've read and then I went straight on to the work. It just seems to, that's how I do it, so. Yep, that's what I do. Okay, so World Story, they also have the World Story 2, the Middle Ages, and the World Story 3, the Modern Age, which I guess is like what we're in or something. The Modern Age, maybe? I'm not sure. The Middle Age and the Modern Age. So that's what we're going to do that next, and I'm pretty enjoying it. And yeah, so we also read, I wonder if it shows it. No, it actually don't show it. But you can also buy, it has some really fun activities and coloring pages and stuff. You can buy the it's called America Story 1, 2, and 3. We did all those over the last 3 years, and they were really good. 3 to 4 years, they've been really good. We read all that. We learned about presidents, wars, all kinds of stuff. And right now I'm learning about, it's like Bible based, so it talks about the Bible, But tomorrow I'm learning about slavery, and last week I was learning about Ishmael. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ishmael, Abraham and Sarah's son. And I was learning about their disobedience and all that stuff. So it's been pretty interesting. That's what I'm doing for science. It's by Master Books, by the way. And now let's do science. Okay, so it's kind of an interesting thing here. So I'm doing the workbook, general science, geology, and archaeology. Y'all, I hate archaeology. It's the worst subject I've ever learned. I shouldn't be talking like that, but I shouldn't be talking like that, but it really is bad. I don't like it at all. It's boring, it's useless. It might not be useless, you know, that's how we got here and everything. My mom keeps telling me that's how we got here, but it's still really boring. Like, it's boring. There's nothing interesting about it. I guess I should have gotten the other two books. Really, y'all can see them on here. Okay, so I did this one first, and I just finished this one. I'm doing that one tomorrow. I'm starting this one tomorrow, and that one after this one, so there's pretty good. Archaeology, geology, cave, and fossil. And they also have another one. They also have another set of books. I can't remember what that one is. I'll have to go on their site and look, but I will put it like on here on the screen if I can. The other books, it comes in a set just like this, but it's on a different subject, like weather, ocean, other things. I'm not sure, but it does come in, and I was so close to getting that one, but then I was like, archaeology, and then I was like, blah, I don't want to learn archaeology, so I'll get the worst done first. Honestly, it wasn't that bad, but it was awful. So, yeah, it's boring. It's great if y'all like archaeology, but I don't like it. My dad loves archaeology. I do not. Okay, so I'm doing geology. Well, so it makes you do 4 quizzes and 1 big final test. And I am on test number 2, and yeah, or that's what I'm doing tomorrow, test number 2, since tomorrow's Monday. Test number 2, yeah, oh, I said I was starting cave tomorrow, but I'm going to finish out all the tests and quizzes first, and then I will do the cave book, so whatever that is. But it's just Word, and this is by Master Books. It asks the definitions, it asks questions, it gives like a daily plan and everything. Has a daily plan, just like this did. This gave a daily plan too, you know. Most of Master Books curriculum or books subjects have the quiz or whatever it's called, the schedule, you know. Okay, so now, and these are the 2 books. This is geology. Geology was honestly really good. I liked it. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't my favorite. But it wasn't boring. It wasn't as bad as archaeology. Archaeology was awful. But it was pretty good, actually. I learned about the Earth's surface, the geological processing rates, ways to date the Earth, geological events in the past. So I do recommend all these. Even archaeology, I did learn a few things, which I might not have known. The first Dead Sea Scroll was found in 1947 by a little boy, it didn't tell his age, but a little boy that was looking for his goat. He was looking for a goat, he lost his goat, and he was walking along, and I guess he just found a Dead Sea Scroll in 1947. Isn't that interesting? So that's one thing, that's like the one and only thing I was interested in the whole entire book, but you know, y'all will probably like it too. So, no, I didn't like it, but y'all will probably like it. And I'm also, the cave book, I haven't actually looked at the cave book. It looks really intense and difficult, but it'll probably be perfect. It'll probably be fine. So let's see how many I have to read. So usually it'll tell you to read like a lot of, well, it won't tell you to read a lot compared to what other schools may have. Like 5 to 10 pages a day is what they usually make you read in the books. So it's not that bad, you know. I enjoyed it. So, my goodness, is that all? And for math, y'all are probably wondering about math. So all this is 8th grade, what I'm doing for 8th grade. And except this, we're not sure how many I have to do of these for it to be a whole year's worth. We're still going to have to look into that and just ask someone about that on the website, you know. There's the logo. And ask someone about that, how many of these, because they're little bitty books, you know. They're little bitty. They're not big. They're not hard. So I'm not sure of how many of those. Maybe probably 2, 3 maybe. Or this might be a whole year's worth. I'm not sure. I don't know. But for math, I'm doing math 7. My brother's doing pre-algebra, and my sister's doing math 3. I'm gonna be doing math 8 as soon as I finish math 7, which I'm so close to finishing it, and I'm probably gonna finish it this week actually. I am on lesson 108 or 9, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember, 8 or 9. I'm learning about units of measure right now, and I've also been learning about algebra, which algebra is not that hard actually. Well, the algebra I'm doing, it does get a lot more intense, but I don't think it's going to be as awful as people say. Like, I've worried about it for years and years about how bad it's going to be, but I don't think it's going to actually be that bad. But again, I'm not sure. It might get a lot worse. So, because I hate math. I absolutely hate math. I hate it more than archaeology. I've always hated it. I'm awful at it. Lots of negative comments about math, but it's been going fine right now. I've been getting 90s and above, so I've been getting pretty good grades in math. So it's not that hard in math right now. One thing I'm awful at is fractions. I'm awful at fractions. I'm good at division, and what's the other things I'm awful at? I'm not very good at percents, but I seem to be able to do them. I just don't prefer to do them. I don't prefer to do math at all, but I know it's necessary. So I'm doing Math 7 by teaching textbooks, and it's been a lot easier. The test, I can't imagine what the final test is going to be. It's probably going to be things that I learned about back in lesson 20. So it's going to be maybe a difficult test, but I think I will master it. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know if you liked it. And I'm doing pretty good on school, I think. This is definitely my favorite subject. Science and archaeology, not so much. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and we'll see you all on the next adventure.